after the defeat of the Saiyans, peace would finally be restored for a very short while. Now, Prince Vegeta, the man who just got single-handedly defeated by a low-class Saiyan. He's never seen a Saiyan with that high of a power level. His scouter broke at over 40,000. Now, Goku didn't even need to use Kaioken to beat him. Now, Vegeta would heal in the healing chamber, and Vegeta would then find out about Frieza heading towards Earth. Well, Vegeta would instantly take his leave and head that way back, as he wonders why, but he does remember about the Dragon Balls. Perfect. If he can get there and steal the Dragon Balls in time, he can wish for immortality. That way, Kakarot nor Frieza can't kill him and he'll win. Now, of course, Vegeta being in a much smaller pod, he would be able to arrive on Earth much quicker because of the fact that Frieza's ship is much bigger and he's farther away. It would take Frieza a couple more weeks to arrive. Vegeta would arrive just on time, as it would take about another couple days for Frieza to arrive by the time that Vegeta arrives on Earth. Frieza was not too far behind. Now, Vegeta doesn't know how to find these Dragon Balls, but he would begin trying to search for them, and Goku would sense Vegeta's power level since Vegeta has learned to suppress it, but Goku can sense the difference. He sensed Vegeta heading towards Earth, plus also missing the fact that Bulma would call Goku, or I guess find him, saying that there was a space pod that landed. Either way, Goku would find Vegeta. Goku would tell Vegeta, "What are you doing back here?" And Vegeta knew that he had to lie, as there's no way that he can fight Kakarot, and he states that Frieza is heading his way towards Earth right now. Goku doesn't know who Frieza is. Vegeta explains all of that to him, and he explains that even at your power level now, I can sense it. That's nothing compared to Frieza. He can destroy you with absolute ease. This actually kind of excited Goku a little bit, and he states, "How long will it take Frieza to get here?" And Vegeta states it'll take him a couple of days. Goku does have one option. He tells Vegeta, "What are you really here for? Are you here for the Dragon Balls or something? Because why would you come back here for no reason? And I know it won't be to recruit me, considering that you view me as an enemy." Now, Goku's not an idiot. He knows that Vegeta knew about the Dragon Balls, and why would Frieza show up? Well, Vegeta slipped up and he saved the Dragon Balls. How would Frieza know about that? And Goku states that the Dragon Balls are hidden in certain areas that Frieza won't be able to find. And if Frieza did try, we are right here and we can stop him. Now, Vegeta by this point would then state, "Well, then what do you propose, Kakarot? Do you really think that even if me and you teamed up, do you really think that you could beat Frieza on your own?" And Goku states, "Maybe. I wouldn't know if I tried. But there is one way to get stronger than a certain period of time. As long as you don't do any more evil deeds, Vegeta, I will help you beat Frieza, as he's heading to Earth anyway. In return, you can stay on Earth and do your own thing, but don't do any evil." Vegeta doesn't really have much of a choice, but he'll play along for now. He states, "What do you have in mind?" Goku would then take Vegeta to Kami's lookout, and he would then explain to Popo that can they use the Room of Spirit and Time, which Popo says, "Yes, but I don't have enough supplies for you, let alone another Saiyan. That's a lot of food." And Goku says, "Oh wait, Bulma can help." After Kami would then, or King Kai would contact Bulma, Bulma would then arrive, and this is the first time that she would meet Vegeta, and she would call him pretty cute, which Vegeta would then scoff at her, telling her, "Shut up, woman." Now Bulma would then hand him the capsules, and Goku would then tell Vegeta that these capsules will have plenty of food supply for them, especially their appetites, and they're all ready to be cooked. On top of this, Goku would then explain the Room of Spirit of Time once when they enter inside. Vegeta was amazed. He never knew that this kind of thing existed, a thing between dimension, an empty void. Goku would explain, the Room of Spirit and Time is an emptyless void of limitless. Pretty much, the further you get out, the more harder it is to breathe, the heavier the gravity gets, and it's pretty much a hellhole. And Vegeta states, "But this gravity doesn't really affect me." He states, "No, the further that you go out, the harder it gets in general, with everything." And he states that, but here's the kicker, and he states, "What?" As Vegeta states that, "Kakarot, true, this room is pretty good, but 3 days is not enough to get strong enough to fight Frieza." And Goku says, "Who says we're gonna be staying in here for 3 days?" Vegeta says, "What do you mean?" And Goku states, "Well, 1 day on the outside of this door equals 1 year on the inside." This would shock Vegeta. He never knew that this was possible. And he states, "That's impossible." Goku states, "Is it? I've already been in here once before." As Vegeta would state, "Fine." As Goku would state, "Well, then we're going to begin our training. And Vegeta, we need to work together to grow as strong as possible." And Vegeta, I think at first, for the first couple of months, he would kind of go off on his own. training on his own, doing his own thing. But I think with Goku there, Vegeta will start warming up to Goku, and they'll see each other more as rivals by this point. But Vegeta's malice towards Earth kind of disappears as he's more focused on Frieza and surpassing Kakarot. Now, after the year was passed, Goku and Vegeta would then exit the Room of Spirit and Time, both having torn clothing, and Vegeta's armor was destroyed as well. But with Bulma's help, she was able to make some new armor for Vegeta, which pretty much looks like the Namek Saga armor that he got, or you could say it just looks like the one that he had during the Android Saga, and it's pretty cool. Goku had his original G back on, as Vegeta does note on how much stronger he's gotten. Now, in terms of power levels, the Room of Spirit and Time is based on plot multipliers. We don't really know how strong one gets while jumping in there and jumping out, but the fact that Vegeta is fighting Goku, who does have spare sensu beings, remember, they never needed him, and on top of this, with Zenkais and training with Goku and in the Room of Spirit and Time, Vegeta would easily, and this is just my opinion, go from 18,000 to at least 500,000, which is lowballing Vegeta for sure, but mind you, as Vegeta here, his power level is 500,000, which is lowballing him, but we'll get to this in a little bit. As Goku's power level is still stronger than Vegeta. His power level is at around 800,000, which is still stronger. And Vegeta doesn't really like that, but doesn't have much of a choice. Now, cutting forward, they would then spend the next couple of days just kind of relaxing. Vegeta would try to continue training, but he did learn from Goku that overtraining can damage you, so Vegeta does train a bit more smart than he does before. But Vegeta still tries to keep in top shape, ready to fight Frieza at any time. So Vegeta would stay at Bulma's place, and you know what happens there. They start getting to know each other. Now, during the next couple days, Frieza's ship would arrive. They could all sense it coming, so they would then arrive just in time. A bunch of Frieza's men would then show up alongside with the Ginyu Force. Now, Vegeta states, Kakarot, let me handle the Ginyu Force, or if you want to handle them, I want to kind of fight Frieza myself. And as Frieza was then watching, Goku and Vegeta would then do paper, rock, scissors, and it would then cause Goku to win. Goku states, yes, I get to fight the Ginyu Force first, making Vegeta get mad, but he'll stay back for now, as Frieza's the last guy to fight. Now, of course, Guldo and the other Ginyu Force members would then step up. We all know what happens here. Goku's not going to waste his time. He would easily take out all the Ginyu Force members. When Captain Ginyu does try the change now technique, Goku was too fast. Goku would dodge the attack and uppercut him, killing him in a single blow, killing Captain Ginyu, which would then shock Frieza. As now, Vegeta states, alright, Kakarot, it's my turn to fight Frieza. There's no way, we gotta play that game again. But Vegeta states, you're on then. Paper, rock, scissors, Vegeta wins. And Goku was like, oh man. And Goku's like, ha! I'm the Prince of all Saiyans anyway. Stand aside. As he was very cocky as he can sense Frieza's power, and his was pretty much on par. Vegeta also has a trick up his sleeve as well. As by this point, Frieza was getting irritated. All of his men were killed as well by the rest of the Z fighters. They're a lot more powerful as well. Especially with Piccolo around, they could easily kill them all. Now Vegeta would begin his fight with Frieza in base form, of course, battling each other, and he was able to be on par with Frieza. Now, once when Frieza does transform, also Dodoria and Zarbon are killed as well in the mix of the Frieza Force. Now, once when Frieza does go into a second form, Vegeta's a little nervous, but he's excited to test out his new power. What is this new power, you say? Well, Frieza would then look at Vegeta, states, are you in fear? And Vegeta states, no, are you in fear? I haven't even begun to use my true power yet. I learned a technique from Kakarot, even though I had to drop my pride and think it's stupid, but I had no choice. Vegeta would then charge up, and then he would then charge towards Frieza and yell out, Kaioken. Yes, Vegeta learned Kaioken from Goku. As Vegeta dropped his pride to allow to learn this power up, as Goku can tap into it much easier, Vegeta, knowing his potential, he can tap into this power and use it for his own. So Vegeta in 500,000 would then tap into Kaioken times 3, boosting his power level to 1.5 million, as he can battle Frieza pretty much easily and kind of overpower Frieza initially. As Vegeta is one for no mercy, he would not stop attacking Frieza, firing a full power Gallic gun, which is over 2 million, hitting Frieza full force. This would damage Frieza pretty badly and make Frieza panic, and Frieza would then go into his final form, skipping over the third form. Now Vegeta is a little bit more worried, but he has no other choice. Vegeta would then power up to his maximum that he can go into. He would then put everything he has into this one attack, charging up his power to times 10 of Kaioken, 5 million, which impressed Goku. As Vegeta would then charge up a full power attack. And what is this attack, you say? This attack will be the Big Bang attack. As Vegeta's putting all he has into it, The power level in terms of a bang attack is at around 8 to 10 million. Frieza was impressed, as he would fire it right at Frieza, who would then catch it, and with some struggle, he was able to send the attack off into the air as it would explode, shocking Vegeta that Frieza could do that. Now, Frieza would easily overpower Vegeta. Even with the Kaioken technique, he can't beat him. Now, they do have Senzu Beans now to remind you. Goku would then take his turn to step up, and Vegeta would then strafe away, as he was then dragged away and given a Senzu Bean, thus actually granting him a pretty big Zenkai. Vegeta will bump from 500,000 to around 1.5 million, which is impressive. But now it's Goku's turn, as Vegeta does respect Goku's decision to go next, but he states that as soon as you look bad, I'm going back in there. Now, Goku began his battle with Frieza, and of course, Goku's a bit weaker than Vegeta. Frieza will start overpowering him, but whatever punch that Frieza threw at Goku, though Frieza is a lot stronger, Goku would just shrug off past it. This would confuse Frieza, as he would then fire a Death Beam right at Goku, who was hit by the attack, and it did damage his arm a little bit. Once when Frieza fires another one, when it hits him again, it doesn't really do that much damage at all, it doesn't even hurt him. Frieza was interested. This Saiyan's adapting. How impressive. Now, Frieza's punches were doing less and less damage on Goku, as Goku was practically now not even flinching to Frieza's attacks. His power level was rising rapidly, and he was overpowering Frieza by now, initially. Vegeta was shocked to see this, but he remembers that Kakarot can adapt to anything to where nothing even damages him anymore, unless the being is way stronger than him. This is incredible. He states, could he be? No, that's impossible. He can't be that. There's no way that a Saiyan like him could be that Super Saiyan. That's impossible. This is when Frieza would then grow tiresome, as he would then power up into his 50% state, and he would continue attacking Goku, initially hurting Goku within the first punch. But when he flies in the second time hitting Goku, it'll be the same exact scene from the Resurrection F movie, when Goku would then punch in the face by Frieza and he would turn to look at him. Goku would then deliver a 1-inch punch to Frieza, sending him back, as Goku would then fly in, hitting Frieza with ease. Now, by this point, there is no Super Saiyan as well, just to remind you, as Goku would then charge up into the Kaioken for the first time. Now, Goku's power level has been skyrocketing non-stop. It went from 800,000 to over 60 million, which is really ridiculous. And Goku, by this point, would then power up into Kaioken times 3, and he would easily, absolutely annihilate Frieza with absolute ease. He would then tell Frieza to use his full power. He knows he's hiding it, as of course Frieza would then oblige, and he would begin powering up. Now, by this point, Frieza would then charge up to 100% of his power, being 120 million. Goku would still be in his Kaioken state, as it doesn't really affect him no more, and Kaioken times 3 doesn't really affect his stamina no more either. Goku would then charge in and start battling Frieza, still overpowering him, but the fight was pretty intense. Frieza at first was holding off pretty well. Now, when Frieza was desperate, he would try to blow up the planet, but Goku would deflect this attack. As by this point, Frieza would continue trying to attack Goku, but he was getting tired. Now, Frieza was beaten down pretty badly. Goku would give Frieza one chance to get off his planet, as Frieza had little to no power left at all. Frieza would then try to shoot Destructo Disc, or I guess Destroyer Disc, or you could say Evil Disc, right at Goku, who would easily dodge the attacks, and Frieza would accidentally cut himself in half just like before. Now, this time around, there's no Mecha Frieza, because Goku would try to spare Frieza, but Vegeta would then appear out of nowhere and completely incinerate Frieza, killing him, leaving no trace of him left, telling Kakarot the same speech that he told him when Goku fought the Ginyu Force. As Vegeta states, well, now that it's over, and that's done, let's go on now. As Vegeta was tiresome, they would then leave it behind, as Bulma would take Frieza's ship, as she was interested in learning about the technology, as you know how Bulma is. As Vegeta and Bulma would get together, just like before, as of course you know what happens, they would have Trunks in the future. Now Goku would then go back and spend time with his family, and that would all pretty much go the same, unless the only difference here is that there's no planet Yardrat, so Goku would never learn instant transmission, unfortunately. Now, cutting forward a couple of years, aka a year, this is when we would have Goku here. He would then meet a young man who would then appear out of nowhere. This young man was by the name of Trunks. Now, Trunks is from the original timeline, not from a custom timeline. He was confused as to why Goku wasn't here, as Goku was at the Rocky Wasteland originally where he landed, he was told. But he waited a couple hours and nothing happened. He would then head his way over to meet Goku, and they would share the same conversation, just like all the other times, as he would then explain about the heart virus, the androids, when they're coming, what year, what day, what time, that would all happen. Now, he would then give Goku the heart virus medicine, and he would be on his way. But before he goes, he would ask Goku if he can turn into a Super Saiyan, and Goku states, "What is that?" As Trunks was surprised, he states, "A Super Saiyan, you've never seen them before." And Goku says, "No, I've never seen one." Is that like a cool band or something? Trunks would then show him Super Saiyan, which would shock Goku with how strong Trunks was, and Trunks would then spar with Goku initially. Now, Goku would use Kaioken to be able to dodge the attacks, which Trunks never seen that ability before, which impressed him, and he states that, "You're really strong, Goku, but still, you need to learn how to tap into Super Saiyan." And Goku states, "How do you do it?" And he states, "Well, when I lost my master," which Trunks' face rose grim, "I felt pure rage. You need to break your limit and feel rage like you never felt before. Or you're powerful enough to be able to turn into it, but it's rage is the key. To let yourself be pushed to your limits of yourselves, and then you'll feel the power. But you need to have it as a want, not as a need." As then, Goku would understand, and he has the next 3 years to begin training. He would train with Piccolo and Gohan just like before, and Goku notes about how he wants to try and learn how to turn into a Super Saiyan. Now, over the next couple of years, Goku would start getting the grasp of Super Saiyan, but he just can't turn into it just yet. He doesn't really have a way to burst into it just yet, but he is starting to get the grasp of it. He actually did technically tap into a version of false Super Saiyan, so he did get the golden aura, but then he lost it. So he's getting there. As for Vegeta, Vegeta did see Trunks turn into a Super Saiyan or / sensed it. He did sense Kakarot power up too. That's the point. Vegeta would still be up in outer space and he would have a mental breakdown. The fact that no matter what he does, he can't surpass Kakarot, no matter what. And this would make Vegeta snap and he would turn to a Super Saiyan on his own. Now, once when the 3 years would pass, this is when Goku would then arrive with the rest of the Z Fighters to fight the androids. Now, the androids' power levels are a little bit stronger because Goku's a little bit stronger as well. When Goku does fight Android 19, he uses Kaioken, he's mopping the floor with Android 19. Now, once when Android 19 does take some of Goku's energy, once when Android 19 would try again, when Goku would feel the heart virus start attacking him. This does stun Goku as he just lost all of his energy. Now, Android 19 would then grab his face again, but he realizes that he can't take his energy. Something is blocking him from taking it. He doesn't know what it is, but it doesn't matter. He'll just kill him. And before he could, Vegeta would then kick Android 19 in the face, as Vegeta would have the same moment where he would turn to a Super Saiyan. That would all go the same, easily killing Android 19. Dr. Dro would still escape. Now, when Goku was being carried by Yamcha, Goku would then awaken and get off of Yamcha and say, "Guys, it's okay, I'm fine." As Goku feels a little bit uneasy, but he feels a lot better now. Maybe it was just like a pass, but Yamcha says, "Goku, just to be safe, maybe it was a phase, head back to the house just to be safer now and just take the medicine." And Goku agrees. So he does go back for the next couple days in case that heart virus does flare up again. He would take the medicine, and of course with Chi-Chi there, you know darn well that Goku ain't going nowhere. But Goku was actually cured. What happened was when the heart virus first attacked Goku, as if you remember, it was kind of like in waves. It came in and hit Goku, then it went away a little bit, but it was aching him, and then it hit him again, and he got weaker. Well, Mahoraga's adaptability. When Goku was hit with it for the first time, the second wave, when it came around, it kind of negated itself out. Long story short, Goku adapted, and the heart virus didn't hurt him no more, so Goku was able to kill the heart virus and cure himself practically. But he still takes the medicine anyway, just to be safe. Now, by this point, they would then revive the androids, and Dr. would be killed. Vegeta would be humiliated, thus making him and Trunks go into the room of spirit in time. Now, Piccolo by this point will still fuse with Kami and become one again. He would go fight Android 17 after he would then meet Cell. Now, he would battle Cell, and Cell's from the original future timeline, but Piccolo being a little bit stronger doesn't matter too much. Cell will still escape, but follow Piccolo. Now, Piccolo's fight with Android 17 will go pretty similar, as Piccolo, albeit is a little bit stronger, Android 17 does have the stamina advantage. Now, by this point, Vegeta is training with Trunks in the Spirit in Time. Goku feels like he's fine now, as he will kind of convince Chi-Chi that he needs to go, and maybe try and help Piccolo where he can. Unfortunately, we all know what happens. This is when we would have Piccolo be attacked by Cell, Piccolo was weakened. Android 16 would then jump in. Since Goku does not have instant transmission, he can't instantly teleport there, he has to fly there. Now Cell would have time to absorb Android 17, thus becoming Perfect Cell, and this is when Goku would then arrive to battle Cell. Now in this timeline, this will change the whole story. Now once when Goku was battling Cell, we all know what happens. The pause of silence says it all for me. Cell would easily overpower Goku initially, even though the fact that Goku does have Kaioken, jumping into Kaioken times 20, he is very strong. He could definitely fight the androids and overpower them if he wanted to. Times 20 Kaioken Goku could pretty much fight the Android 17 pretty equally, but he doesn't have Super Saiyan. If he had Super Saiyan, he would mount the floor with him, and also beat Android 16 and Cell. Besides the point, second form Cell was easily overpowering Goku. Each strike was damaging Goku, but every time that Goku got hit, it didn't hurt him less and less. As the first few punches that Cell landed hurt Goku, Cell was going to kill Goku first and then achieve perfection. Now before he did, the second punch that hit Goku didn't hurt him as bad. The third one didn't hurt him at all. Cell was surprised as Goku's power is continuously rising. As Cell tried firing Ki Blast, which Goku would quickly adapt to that as well. This is when Goku would then begin feeling a type of power. Goku would then be angry with Cell, the fact that he's doing all this stuff to the innocent people. He's seen it. This would then spike his rage as he would begin powering up the rage that he needs to turn to a Super Saiyan. His S cells were already high enough as is. The fact that it took so long to turn Super Saiyan is crazy, but Goku finally did transform into it. Now Super Saiyan Goku is far more powerful than second form Cell. This version of Super Saiyan Goku is already nearing the powers of Perfect Cell at his full power. Not super perfect, but Perfect Cell. Now Goku would easily overpower him without much of a problem, as he would then give him the same uppercut that Gohan gave them, and he would then spit out Android 17. This would then make Cell forcibly revert back to his first form. Now Goku's not going to show Cell mercy because he knows how dangerous he is and needs to end him. If you remember, Goku knows that people he's killed. There's no saving him. As Cell out of desperation would try to use Solar Flare, but Goku knows that technique. He would close his eyes and he would then fly in and deliver a powerful Kamehameha, completely obliterating first form Cell. Now the first form Cell was killed, Android 17 and 18 were saved, as now they would kind of go off on their own and do their own deeds. Now would Android 16 battle Goku? You could say that, but he knows that he would die, and he prefers life anyway, so he'll let it go. Now the androids will go do their own thing. Krillin will still get Android 18, the W win, so he still gets what he needs. Now for the Cell arc ending that much faster, Vegeta and Trunks would then exit the Spirit in Time, and they will be surprised to hear that Cell was defeated. Now, who was the most angry? It was actually Vegeta. Vegeta was fuming at the fact that Kakarot defeated Cell, even though he trained to basically go kill him, taking his glory. Now, Vegeta doesn't know about Goku being a Super Saiyan. He doesn't know about it. So he thinks he can go kill Kakarot and reclaim his throne as number one. Now, he would find Goku and he would begin battling him after having a monologue speech, as we all know. Goku was amazed at how strong Vegeta was, as while in Super Saiyan, Goku then burst into Kaioken, and they seem to be evenly matched, which would surprise Vegeta with how strong Kakarot is, but he's not too surprised due to Goku's adaptability is pretty insane. That being said, Vegeta would then showcase his new power to Kakarot, as he was going to use it for Cell, but I guess since he ended him, I guess he was too weak, but he'll use it for him. Consider it a gift. As Vegeta would begin powering up, Vegeta would then turn into his ascended Super Saiyan form, bulking up in size a little bit, and his power level would spike up a lot higher. Now Goku was very impressed by this, as he would then challenge Vegeta, as Vegeta would overpower Kaioken times 20 Goku. Now once when Goku would then tap into you know what, he would then turn into a Super Saiyan. And Vegeta was shocked to see this, as he didn't think that Kakarot could turn into it, but why is he not surprised? But he could sense Goku's power far outclasses him. Goku would easily overpower Vegeta, causing Vegeta to use his trump card. Vegeta would then charge up a final flash, as Goku would then charge up his own Kamehameha. The beams would then clash together, as Vegeta was actually able to keep up with Goku. The final flash providing a humongous power-up, for Vegeta. Now, as Goku was struggling to hold this beam back, Goku would then yell out Super Kaioken using the full power that he has, thus bursting into it, as he would then push Vegeta's attack back and defeat him. Now, Vegeta would survive the attack, but he was badly wounded, but he did survive. With the Senzu Bean, he was good. Now that Goku did defeat Vegeta, Vegeta was very bitter about it. Now, obviously, this changes up the entire story. The fact that Goku never dies, he never goes to the other world and unlocks Super Saiyan 3, or learns about the fusion dance. Now, you could say that Goku does go to visit King Kai. That is a potential possibility, but let's also jump into one thing. What about Piccolo? Well, since there is no technical Dende, you could say one thing about Popo speaking up about how they do need a new Guardian of Earth and that Piccolo can't really fit that role too well. Popo would then state about the Namekians, which, remember, Kami as well, so Piccolo would remember and have all the memories, that it could be possible. And this is not new Namek, so King Kai does know where the coordinations are, that they could go take a trip and go see the Namekians. That is a very plausible theory. And Piccolo states that he'll do that on his own. So Piccolo would actually take one of Bulma's spaceships and then actually travel to planet Namek on his own to find himself and to also see the Namekians. Now, once Piccolo does arrive, he does meet the Grand Elder. And the Grand Elder is not the Grand Elder Guru, unfortunately he passed away, as we all know. But the new Grand Elder, as he would then introduce Piccolo to everybody, Piccolo would explain the situation, and they would then offer up Dende and say that Dende can go to Earth and help you, which Dende was more than obliged to. So Piccolo would then come back with Dende a couple of weeks later, and everybody was surprised, but Dende would then take the Dragon Balls and upgrade them and make him his own. So now he's the new Guardian of Earth. So for the next 7 years, there would be peace among the planet Earth. Now this timeline around, since Goku is alive, Gohan would not be slacking up on his training since Goku's around to persuade him. So I think Gohan would have a pretty balanced life of training, fighting, with studying. Which Chi-Chi's not too happy about, but I think Goku would make her happy by farming, making a little bit of money. Now, also as well, Vegeta would continue pushing himself to surpass Kakarot out of hatred. That would still happen. The only difference is that he's not as worrisome about fighting him one last time, worrying about Goku never coming back to life, because he knows that Goku's alive, so he won't be here for 24 hours like before. So by that point, Goku would have fought Vegeta a couple of times up to 7 years, and Goku would probably win every single one of them. But Vegeta, I think, would accept that no matter what. Goku's number one. No matter how many times he tries fighting him, Goku just grows stronger and overpowers him. Now by this point, who's the most busted character? Definitely Goten. The fact that Goten has his father around to train him, Goten is absurdly powerful. So Goten is actually one of the strongest. He even is surpassing his brother Gohan by this point. Since Gohan never initially unlocked Super Saiyan, I think by the 7-year gap, I think he definitely did. Goten unlocked it when he was 7, and the fact on top of this is that Chi-Chi was just training Goten. What about Goku all the time? Since Chi-Chi can't really keep a tight reins on Goten, she's worried about Gohan. Yeah, Goten is absolutely busted. He's way stronger than Trunks, who was training with Vegeta, and he's absolutely ridiculous for his age. And that is it for part 2 of this What If, you guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support. You guys are the absolute best. Let's do to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.